I really don't care what happens at all. I don't care. Like everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
Welcome back to my channel. It seemed like just another regular weekend. Teyana Taylor, usually buried in a non-stop schedule of photo shoots, rehearsals, and meetings, had finally carved out time for something more personal, spending the weekend with her daughter and her partner Aaron Pierre. She had been quietly hoping they would start bonding. There had been tension between them for weeks, a kind of quiet discomfort that never really faded. She hoped this weekend would be different, that it would finally bring some peace. But underneath the surface, something was brewing. It wasn't loud or obvious, but it was there. And by Sunday, it would all come to a head in the worst way. Sources close to the family say the weekend began peacefully. Teyana had planned to stay home for a bit, and then leave briefly for a photo shoot. Aaron was going to watch the kids while she was gone. This setup wasn't new. She had left them together before without concern. She trusted him, but this time felt off. Her oldest daughter had been unusually quiet lately. Not disrespectful, just distant. She played alone more, kept to herself, and didn't engage like she used to. Teyana noticed the change, though she wasn't sure what was behind it. Meanwhile, Aaron had been trying. He wasn't naturally great with kids, but he was making an effort. He helped with schoolwork, asked about their interests, and made small attempts to bond. But the connection never quite landed. The children, especially the oldest, stayed closed off. She didn't trust him, and that feeling had been growing for some time. Everything changed that Sunday while Teyana was away. Someone close to the family claimed to be on a FaceTime call with the daughter earlier that day and said things were tense. Aaron had asked her to stop using her phone and help clean up. She shrugged in response. What followed was a brief but sharp exchange. Aaron reportedly raised his voice. It wasn't shouting, but it was firm, the kind of tone a father might use when laying down rules. But Aaron wasn't her father, and in that moment that line felt very real to her. She stormed off to her room and slammed the door. For almost an hour she stayed inside. When she finally came out, she had her backpack on. Aaron asked where she was going. She didn't answer. She just walked out the front door. No yelling, no drama, just left. When Teyana got home and realized her daughter was missing, she panicked. She called everyone. Family, friends, neighbors, even the school counselor. No one had seen her. Hours passed with no news. Then finally, one of her daughter's friends called. She was safe. She had gone to their house and didn't want to return home. Teyana broke down. She got in the car and drove over immediately. When she arrived, her daughter was sitting on the porch, arms folded and eyes red from crying. She didn't run to hug her mother. She barely looked up. When she finally spoke, she said, "I don't want to be around him anymore." That sentence hit Teyana like a punch to the heart. She brought her daughter home and stayed close to her all night. Once her daughter was asleep, she picked up the phone and called her ex, Iman, the girl's father. Iman was furious. He had always been protective of his kids, but this situation crossed a line. His daughter had not only run away, she had been emotionally upset enough to feel she had no other option. Iman saw this as a serious failure, not just an uncomfortable moment. He reportedly shouted during the call, asking how Teyana could leave their child with someone who clearly didn't know how to support her emotionally. Teyana tried to explain. It had been a stressful moment, not a dangerous one. But Iman didn't buy it. "You chose him over her," he told her. "And now she's the one hurting." That stuck with Teyana. After the call, she sat in silence, overwhelmed by guilt and sadness. A few days later, the story leaked. Not everything, just bits and pieces. Blogs started sharing cryptic posts about a young girl running away from a celebrity home. Then Reddit threads and Twitter rumors followed. Fans started putting the clues together. Iman posted a photo of himself and his daughter, smiling over breakfast. The caption read, "Always got you." It wasn't an attack, but the message was clear. He was standing by his child. Teyana stayed quiet. No tweets. No Instagram posts. Nothing. Aaron also disappeared from the spotlight. Just days earlier, he had been at an event with her, holding hands and smiling for cameras. Now he was nowhere to be found. Some say he moved into a hotel. Others think he left town altogether. People close to Teyana say she's devastated. She had wanted a fresh start, love, security, a happy home. Instead, she's now facing a broken family situation and a daughter who no longer feels safe under her roof. The hardest part for her hasn't been the judgment from strangers or even Iman's anger. It's been the hurt in her daughter's eyes, the fear, the disappointment. No mother wants to see her child lose trust like that. According to insiders, Teyana has asked Aaron to take some time apart. She wants to focus completely on healing her relationship with her children. Aaron, though upset, understood. He didn't intend to be the bad guy. He just didn't know how to be the kind of man those girls needed. Iman, meanwhile, is reportedly looking into changes to the custody arrangement. Not to punish anyone, but to make sure his daughter feels emotionally and mentally protected. This was never really about Teyana. It's about her daughter. About a father willing to do whatever it takes to protect his child. Iman made that clear from the start. He wasn't chasing drama, attention, or headlines. He was fighting for his little girl's safety. Emotionally, mentally, and physically. For now, things seem quiet. The internet chatter has died down. The headlines have faded, and the noise surrounding the story has cooled off. But the damage? It hasn't disappeared. That part still lingers like a bruise under the surface. This wasn't just about a young girl leaving home for a night. It was something much deeper. A silent plea that had been building over time. A slow buildup of unspoken pain. Awkward meals, distant glances, moments where she felt invisible in her own house. It's easy to overlook these signs, especially when life moves fast, until it all boils over. This wasn't a rebellious act. It was a young girl finally breaking under pressure she should have never carried. Teyana is no stranger to hard moments. She's survived messy breakups, media pressure, and public heartache. She's shown up to events smiling even when she was barely holding it together. But this situation, her daughter walking out, broke something in her that fame couldn't cover up. This wasn't about image. This wasn't about her relationship with Aaron. This was her child. And no amount of glam or red carpet appearances can distract from that kind of pain. Recently, Teyana made an appearance at a fashion event. She looked flawless, hair perfect, outfit on point. But her eyes told a different story. There was no light in them. Not the usual spark. Her smile was there, but it didn't reach her eyes. You could tell she was somewhere else entirely. Her daughter is back now. She's home. But emotionally, things feel fragile. They talk, but conversations are careful. There's hesitation, like both are walking on thin ice, unsure how deep the cracks run. They laugh sometimes, but it fades quickly. Still, Teyana is showing up. She's pulling back from her public life, turning down events, saying no to the things she used to always say yes to. She's choosing to stay close to home, to rebuild what was lost. She's not just asking how her daughter's day went. She's asking how her daughter feels, and this time she's truly listening. But the guilt? It's heavy. That quiet, lingering guilt only a mother feels when she believes she missed something important. She asks herself where things went wrong. What signs did she overlook? What could she have done sooner? Because when the cameras stop flashing and the phones stop ringing, what's left is just a mother trying to make things right. No team, no stylist, no audience, just her sitting with the weight of motherhood trying to do better. She's learning slowly that showing up perfectly doesn't matter. What matters now is showing up fully. Being present, being open, and making her daughter feel safe again. And maybe she still has feelings for Aaron. Love doesn't just disappear overnight. Maybe she still sees traces of the man she once trusted. But all of that fades when it comes to her daughter. Right now, nothing, not even love, is more important than her child's well-being. Motherhood isn't just a title. It's a daily promise. And this time she's keeping it. Iman, meanwhile, hasn't wavered. His focus remains sharp. He's been there, steady, strong, present for his daughter. He's not shouting online or throwing shade. He's simply protecting her the way a father should. Quietly but fiercely. Making sure she knows she's never alone in this. And Aaron? He's gone silent. No posts. No statements. No explanations. Maybe he's processing things. Maybe he's stepping back out of respect. Either way, Teyana isn't chasing him. She's done trying to force things to work. If he comes back into her life, And that's a big if. It'll be on different terms. Her daughter's safety, her peace comes first now. Because what they tried to build may have been too fast, too soon. And sometimes trying to merge two worlds too quickly can end up tearing apart the one that matters most. In the end, no one walked away from this without pain. Not Teyana, not Aaron, not Iman, and especially not the little girl caught in the middle. But maybe, just maybe, this wake-up call was necessary. A reminder that behind every blended family is a child just trying to feel understood, valued, and protected. Because sometimes the loudest cry for help isn't screaming. It's a quiet walk out the front door without a word. Show some love to Poplinks, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit the bell icon for more exciting content every week.